Well, good afternoon or good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. The Sports Report is on the air. My friend Gary Patterson is here, fully chomping at the bit, ready to go.
We're ready to roll.
Ready to roll. I have two folders here, Gary.
You do?
I got a blue one and a purple one.
Okay.
Which one would you like?
I'm going to go with the purple. I'm a purple guy.
Then that, my friend, is hockey.
Hockey.
And this is also general question folder. So I've got some names.
Okay.
And I'd like some opinions from you on the names I'm going to give you. And I'll ask you a question or two about them.
Okay.
Marcus Smart, a $15 million man?
That is absolutely the upper edge. I don't think he's quite there, but I want Marcus Smart back. I want Marcus Smart on this team.
Yeah, I know you do, and we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
But boy, has he got the stupidest agent in
He
the
really
world.
does. Yeah.
I mean, this guy is a bonehead.
Yeah. There's talk now that the Celtics actually offered him 4 years, 44, 45 before last season.
And he turned it
They
down.
turned it down. So,
I mean, all this crying in the paper about being dissed and all that, Marcus is not doing himself any favors.
no. So I'd like to see them sign him for a multiple-year contract. At least two.
You know, three nines,
Three
3
Yeah. Well, Dante Exum got 3 at 11, right? So I'd be fine with that.
I'm sure Marcus would too.
Yeah.
Although, this guy's an idiot that's punching his buttons for
Right.
him. So
Right now, all he has is the $6 million option.
That's it.
So-
And you know what? There was somebody in the paper that said he'd be wise to take that and become a totally free agent next year. And you know, I can understand that.
You know, if he was playing for Bill Belichick, that would be his only option. There would be no other option. Right?
Yeah.
You take the option.
Yeah, because Bill Belichick would look at him and say, if you think I'm
Just the
bidding
way it is.
against myself,
Right.
you're crazy.
Just the way it is. That's what the option is.
That's it. It is what it is. Christian Vasquez, 6 to 8 weeks on the sidelines.
Yeah. Well, you know, he was starting to play a little better, so it is depth. But, you know, I don't think it's the end of the world by any stretch.
No, and I think that in 3 weeks, when we see finally what Blake Swihart can do, we're going to say, who was that catcher that's on the injured list?
And Leon's been hitting the last 3 weeks or so.
Yeah.
You know?
So, and now, Alex Cora, I think, was not kidding when he said the other day, first thing we're going to do in spring training is sliding.
Yeah. The
One
head first slides have got to.
One of the real basics of baseball.
Yeah.
And they don't know how to slide.
No. Everybody wants to dive when they don't have to.
And you know what?
That's what happens. Your hands get hurt.
I get a nightmare about Mookie.
Yeah.
He does that.
He does it all the time.
Yeah, and Xander does it.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Well, anywho, how about Steve Pearce?
Yeah. What a great start. Hopefully, as people see the show, that he's still producing at the same level. But he's certainly gotten off to a great start.
He has.
He drilled that homer the other day.
Boy, and you know,
The first inning.
I mean, he's been around.
Yeah.
He takes a good cut.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Good
get
depth.
cheated up there.
Good depth.
Yeah, he's got an excellent depth, man. Yeah, without a doubt.
A good Hanley replacement.
Yeah. Oh, Hanley? Who was that? Speaking of those kind of people, how about Brandon Phillips?
In what regard?
Well, they signed him. He's been out of baseball for a while.
Yeah.
They signed him as a utility infielder.
Yeah.
They gave him a week in Florida, and now I think he's up in Double-A.
Is he in Double-A?
I think so. Or Single A. One or the other. Wherever they needed a slot, whenever they said, we need an infielder because we're promoting somebody, so they stuck him in there.
Okay.
Not meaning
play.
anything dissing him, just saying you need some at-bats.
Yeah.
Now, Brandon Phillips said in the paper the other day, he's really grateful for this chance. He says, I don't drink, I don't smoke. He said, I may be 37, but my body feels like I'm 32. Well, if that's the case with the news about Dustin Pedroia,
Yeah.
I think that's a great.
Let him play.
Yeah, no, that's right. Let's get him up to AAA down to Pawtucket.
Yeah.
Let's see if he can compete down there. And if he can, this is a good move.
Yeah, he had some good moments in his past.
Well, he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
All-Star games.
Yeah. Because second base is a concern.
It is. And
You know, I mean, Holt's okay. You know, I'm not a Nunez fan. His defense at second is
Nunez.
pathetic, and he doesn't walk.
No, Nunez. I'm not saying that he does dumb things, but some of the things out there are not really cool.
Yeah.
But hey, he's filling in
Yeah.
and he's getting the job done
Yeah.
to some degree.
Yeah.
J.D. Martinez.
Unbelievable. I mean, the guy's just been ridiculous. MVP, right? Really? Right
He
now?
reminds me so much of Manny Ramirez.
Well, yeah. I think he's locked in even more than
Oh, I
Manny
do.
was. He
Oh,
is so locked in. It's
Yeah.
just amazing.
Manny was, I don't think he stayed up nights studying pitches.
No.
I think it was more cha-cha-cha in the nightclubs. But he had the ability to hit the ball hard.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
he got reps without all the analytics being involved.
Right.
He was just a natural hitter. And Martinez is, man, does he remind me of Manny?
Yeah.
The way he swings, the contact he makes, the distance he puts the ball.
Explosive.
Yeah. Now, how the devil are we going to sign him?
Well, we got him for 2 years, right?
Yes.
So, you know, see where we are in 2 years.
That's what I like about you. You're the calm,
It's the way
collected-
sports is now. The NBA
Yeah.
is the same way. It's no such thing as having this team set up for 5 years anymore. It's
Why
just-
buy a house, rent a motel room
it's not
for
how-
a couple of
yeah,
years?
It's not the way it works anymore.
I'd feel a lot better if we had. But then again, guess what? Fouled a ball off his foot and his leg, 5 times in one game?
He had a tough night that
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm saying to myself, is this the injury bug that I've heard about with this guy?
Got the next day off.
Yeah. Yeah. And then came back.
Yeah.
And then laid the bat on the ball again. I'll tell you.
So he's been a huge signing for this team, right? I mean,
has he
even
ever?
beyond the numbers, they talk about how he's helped the other players.
Do you go to him now
He's a leader.
and
he's
say
an
to
example.
him, sign this and you fill in the numbers you want?
Yeah. I don't think, you got him for 2 years.
Did you enjoy it?
So I think this discussion is next year's discussion.
Premature.
Yeah,
Ah, that's it. I'm always looking at
next year's discussion.
Dustin Pedroia.
Yeah, it's a shame. Now, you know, I recall on this show us both being in disbelief when they gave him his last contract. I mean, they still got this guy signed for like 3 or 4 more years.
Yeah, I got the numbers in here someplace.
Yeah, it's
I'll dig them out. Forget that far.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to bring out this.
Oh,
This
Really?
is Joey DiNucci.
yeah.
And he has been certified as this, CTE or whatever it is?
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's a professional football player that did his brain at the same time. And sure enough, he's got it too.
Does he really?
Yeah. Now, Joe DiNucci, for you folks at home, was a very popular local boxer.
Yeah.
Who was a cut below the championship level.
Right.
But he was a willing participant.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yes, a very willing participant.
And this points out, I think, what a dangerous sport, if it is a sport, boxing is.
Yeah.
And this other thing, where they just brawl and try to kill each other.
Yeah. There was a fight on ESPN a week ago Saturday. My son and I watched it up in New Hampshire. And it was a championship, one of the associations, right? But it was the smaller guys, light middleweights, right? And it was one of the most unbelievable fights I ever saw. And they were both just shredded. I mean, it was, one guy couldn't even open his eye. They let the thing just keep going. Because it was so even, they just stood there and wailed on each other.
Now, is this boxing
10
or the
rounds.
mixed martial arts?
No, this was boxing.
Okay.
Yeah, it was boxing.
Oh, wow.
And amazing. You know, they each landed like 440 punches.
Oh,
you know,
man.
It just,
Put them both in the loony bin right now.
yeah, it was amazing.
To that end, maybe this is a tough question. It's an easy one for me because I was thinking about it the other day. What's the best fight you ever saw?
Oh man, that I personally observed.
TV probably rather than live, but
Yeah, my first thought is to Ali, and then is which one, right? Second thought automatically goes to Hagler Hearns. And Hagler Leonard, right?
I was so mad at that Hagler-Leonard fight.
Yeah.
I think Hagler threw it. I really do.
Do you?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Switch it around to punch left, right-handed.
Yeah, when I watched the fight, I was of course rooting for Marvin, and I was convinced he won, and he didn't, and I was pissed. And then about a couple weeks later, they replayed it, I think on Wide World of Sports, and I watched it the second time, detached now because I knew he'd lost. And the second time I watched it, I thought Leonard won the fight.
I used to score them all.
Yeah,
And, and I had Hearns winning by, I think it was either 1 or 2 points.
close.
Yeah. Oh, very
Yeah,
close.
yeah, it was close.
But the best fight I think I ever saw was Hearns and Hagler.
Yeah, Hearns Hagler was that's the kind that if you're flipping around late at night and you see it's on, you stop.
gotta
on it.
watch
Yeah,
it.
you stop on it. You're not going anywhere.
I went down to the Providence Civic Center and watched it on
Did ya?
the huge TV screen.
Yeah.
And I gotta tell you, I have never, ever heard a crowd more into a televised event.
Yeah, that was a great fight.
I mean, 3 rounds,
I mean, you just don't get
three
those fights now.
rounds, right? Or was it 4?
I don't recall specifically. But
All I know is it was one heck of a lot of activity. No, it never stopped. I don't think there was a clinch.
no,
Boy.
a lot of punches thrown.
And Tommy Hearn said the other day, I'm going to call Hagler and ask him if he wants to go again. But, all right. Well, here's another. Finish with Dustin Pedroia.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wish managers, if they're not going to tell you the truth, would just shut up.
Yeah.
But Cora said, we pretty confident he'll be back this year. All right, he hasn't played but 3 games. Now he's being sent home.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, he
To
can't.
Arizona, no
yeah,
less. It's
yeah,
110.
yeah. And how's he going to get into baseball shape if and when the doctor ever approves it?
Well, I suspect he's working with one of those body people out in Arizona.
I'm sure it's probably the guy that he works
Well,
with
they've got
during the
those
winter.
guys out in Scottsdale. There's a couple different ones
Yeah.
that a lot of the players use. And I wouldn't be surprised if he's off with one of those guys. They're like trainers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you might as well do it out there with your wife
Do
and
rehab,
kids.
that's where the
Yeah.
kids are, yeah. And those kids go back to school early back out there.
Yeah,
They're back
mid-August they go back. Yeah.
Even earlier than that.
Yeah. Really.
Yeah, they're out the first week of May. You know?
I don't think this looks good for Dustin Pedroia.
No, I don't either. So it's unfortunate,
It is. It is.
but anyway,
Andrew Benintendi.
yeah, looking good. The kid's
Isn't he?
playing. He's a deserved all-star.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And talk about a five-tool player.
yeah,
All right, maybe he hasn't got the greatest arm in the world.
yeah. Stole his 17th base last night. 17 steals.
The kid is just,
Yeah.
his baseball instincts are off the scale.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The best is yet to come with him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. JBJ.
Yeah, I mean, you're carrying him at this point, kind of. He's a good defensive player.
Oh,
but,
maybe the best.
yeah. The real problem with JBJ is that really the bottom third of the order
Stinks.
stinks. You know, so
They won the other night.
you can carry one guy, you can sometimes carry two guys, but when you have to make up for three, which they do, by the way.
Yeah. They
They're
won
leading everybody in runs
the
scored.
other night, the 6-4 game, I think it was.
Yeah,
6, 7, 8, and 9. 0 for 17.
yeah. But they overcome it.
They do.
And they've overcome it this year with the long ball.
Yeah.
Unlike last year.
Yeah. Yeah, last year they were.
All those guys that bounced back. We talked about this scenario in the offseason,
Yeah.
that the upside on all these guys for home runs was there, and they're pretty much all there. Bogarts is hitting them.
Later on, I got a picture of Mookie Betts. Is he the best player in the American League?
Well, he's right there. I mean,
He's shaking hands with Mike Trout.
I was going to say,
And-
the Trout people would beg to
and-
differ.
Okay, so
But yeah, he's right there.
I'm trying to think of a way to phrase the question, but if they were both available and we had a major league franchise, and I know this is an impossible question because it's, well, what have we got for players and what do we need, you know? But I'll tell
But they're
you.
comps because they're outfielders, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Boy,
tough choice.
When California, I keep calling them California, Los Angeles was in, Trout's last at bat, he was flailing at outside fastballs.
Yeah,
But it told me the story about the whole series. He didn't hit a ball in anger hardly at all.
yeah.
But he's a hell of a ball player.
Oh, there's no question.
But
Yeah, it's almost one of those, you couldn't go wrong either.
you couldn't
way,
go wrong.
right?
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think they're the two best.
Yep. Mookie is electrifying.
He is.
Trout is solid.
Yeah.
So take your pick.
But Trout plays defense, and
He does.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a 5-tool player.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but well, that's fair. He's a 5-tool player.
I think he is.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
no doubt
He can
about
throw.
it. Yeah.
He
He can do it all.
can defend.
Yeah.
He can runs the bases well.
Well, here's another 5-tool play for you. David Price.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think you're stuck with him. An interesting thing will be he has the ability to opt out after this year, right? What do you think?
There ain't nobody going to pay him $31 million.
Presumably.
But if he got 25 and said, I hate this city,
Right. So if he happens to finish strong, and God forbid he actually did well in the postseason,
well, it would help us.
there are teams that would give him $3.75.
Yeah, the Red Sox, well, because the Red Sox, I don't think are good. Again, this is almost bidding against yourself here, but I don't think they're going to go to another team and say, we'll help you. Take him.
No, I just he would have to opt out, and he would be a free agent. And what
He's
would he
too
come in?
expensive to be a closer. But that may be the best role for him.
Yeah, he could end up in the pen
Yeah.
in the playoffs.
Heath Hembry.
Yeah, journeyman.
Yep.
He's the kind of guy that, over 162 games you can use that guy, right? Eat up some innings. But I tremble thinking of him coming in the postseason.
Especially if they put up a left-handed pinch hitter.
Yeah. Yeah, lefties
Yeah.
just wear them out.
Yeah, they do.
Right.
Now, he is on the stretch right now. He's pitching very well.
Yeah.
Now, if we could just keep that needle in the slot here on that record, we'd be all set.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to happen because he goes in fits and starts.
Right. Right.
But right now, he's a valuable piece of that
he is
bullpen.
a
Yeah.
bullpen.
And you know what?
A lot of those guys are, but
They are, yes. No question
how many
about
of them
it.
do you really trust in the big game? Either right at the end of the season. Last weekend of the season, we're playing the Yankees.
Yeah.
Right? 3 games. Could decide to the division. You know, look
Yep.
at the Yankees bullpen in the late innings, close games. Look at our bullpen, and it's like
Yeah.
they're there. You see it. Joe Kelly comes in and looks dominant at times,
Then you can't find the plate.
and is dominant at times. Then he isn't, right?
Yeah. Hembry the same way.
Right.
And
the only
Bonds
one,
is.
Right
now,
there.
last night, Bonds looked like Cy Young.
yeah,
I mean, he was putting 96 on the corners.
Yeah.
You couldn't hit that thing with a canoe paddle, for
Right.
God's sakes. And yet, David will come in and look horrible tomorrow
Right.
night. I hope not. But boy,
and all that
he's-
said, their bullpen's one of the best in baseball.
it is.
Right?
Look at the ERA.
Because nobody has good bullpens except for a few elite
Yeah,
teams. The
exactly.
Yankees have a good bullpen,
Yeah.
a deep bullpen. Although Chapman, what happened to Chapman? Didn't he go in the DL? Something happened to him.
I'm not sure. I know he's not having a dominating
I
season.
think he went on a 10-day DL,
Oh,
but I don't know why.
I'll have to mail him a card.
Yeah, get right on it.
Yeah. Well, then the next question I had was the New York Yankees.
Yeah, good team.
Great team.
Yeah,
Going to get better.
yeah.
Yeah.
They got more pitching than I thought.
And they got money to go out and get another starter.
Yeah, they're going to make some moves.
Now, no question.
They're going to make
Yep.
some moves. They got the farm systems stacked. Their payroll is so much lower than the Red Sox right now. It's amazing.
So, the Red Sox, well, we're still owning Pablo Sandoval
Yeah.
and Manny and the mistakes that we made there. By the way, there was a piece in the paper that we're still paying Manny Ramirez $2 million a year.
Is that
And
right?
that runs through like 2027 or something like
Yeah,
that.
deferred obligation.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They got it.
Yeah, oh, they sure do. The Atlanta Braves.
Yeah. How about that?
Where did they come from?
Yeah, they were so bad last
I
year.
mean, talk about catching lightning in a bottle.
Yeah. Yeah,
And-
you think I was just,
And
waiting
the
to see
Philly-
if they can sustain it.
And the Philadelphia
Yeah,
Phillies.
same thing,
Yeah.
right?
Gabe
It's
Kapler
July.
is a magician.
Yeah,
He'd come in, and he laid hands on them and turned them all into baseball players.
we'll see what happens.
Well, yeah. The kind of stuff has a way of catching up with itself.
Yeah,
and
indeed.
But how about the other side of the coin? How about Washington?
Yeah,
They, I wrote down here,
They
they looked like a whipped, sorry bunch.
yeah. You wonder about the chemistry thing with them. They just don't seem to have that mojo going as a team. And how much of that goes at Harper's feet?
Well,
Because that's a question, right? He's coming up on this
he's coming up on his
incredible
walk year.
contract,
Yeah.
right? They're talking about 40 to 50 million a year.
He's not worth it.
No, I don't think he's worth it either.
No. Of the 3 or 4 so-called superstars,
Yeah,
he's definitely number 4, if he even fits there.
yeah,
I mean, Paul Goldschmidt's a hell of a player, but he's having a lousy year.
right.
And then, of course, you got Trout and you got Mookie, and
So Mookie's in I'm not sure what year he's. Year 4?
I think it is. Yeah, he's in the catbird seat, but the Red Sox are in the catbird seat too.
Yeah, no, the Red Sox supposedly tried to approach them last winter and were held off.
Yep. But
But this offseason, it seemed to be the time to
this off season,
You know.
the cash register is gonna be ringing, and you might go to Mookie and say, "It's your turn, buddy."
Yeah.
You know.
So
Why
what
wait?
if the agreeable answer from the other side of the table is 10 years, $400 million?
You gulp, force it down, and say, "Can we talk about that a little?
40
you
million.
massage that a little?"
Now, you know, it could go there.
I know it could.
You know, I've been watching some of this World Cup. The money these soccer players make.
I know. It's
These guys are making
fantastic.
from the teams.
Yeah.
$50 million.
Well, if gambling is adopted in the U.S.,
Yes, what it's going to be.
okay, yeah. Well, I guess when it gets up and running,
Yeah.
there's going to be
The money starts
payments
flowing.
to the teams.
Yeah.
And there are those observers who say the value of the franchises are going to triple.
Wow.
Now, if that's true, the players are going to say, well, you know, we're not greedy. We don't want our paycheck tripled. How about doubled?
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
then what do the owners do?
Right. So if you're Mookie, would there be any thought in your head that if you took a 10-year, $400 million contract, that ultimately you would be leaving money on the table?
I was just going to say,
Even if you took $400 million.
ultimately you might
Because
be underpaid.
In 5 years, those top guns are getting $65 million a year.
In 5 years, you're 5 years older. You've had 2 knee surgeries, and worth it.
Yeah.
So it's a crapshoot,
Yeah.
and that's why in the NHL this year, their free agent, it was silly. I mean, you got guys getting big contracts.
Yeah.
Oh, 32 years old. Give them 5 years.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
They've been doing that for a while.
And it's dumb.
It
Yeah.
is dumb.
Yeah.
Like-
and look at,
Backus contract.
well, I was just going to say Backus, yeah. Listen, Backus was a good hockey player.
Yes, no question.
Never was he worth that contract, even on his best year.
Right. You didn't even have to do it. That was the thing. That was another one.
know
Just
it.
shake your head saying, why would you
Why?
do that?
Why would you do it? Yeah. Doesn't make sense.
Where was Backus going?
No place.
You know?
I mean, he didn't, I don't think he had an offer.
Yeah.
How about Tom Brady?
Yeah.
Have you been following this circus?
Well, you can't live here and
can't
not
listen to-
be exposed to it. Yeah. I think he's going to show up ready to go.
I think so too.
I still wish he had worked with all these new receivers, though.
Yeah.
So I was surprised I wasn't surprised that he didn't show up at the OTAs. I was surprised he didn't show up at the passing camp.
Yeah.
But he kind of, gave it to Belichick because Belichick ended up pulling the plug 2 days early
Yeah.
and said, this is
I
waste of time.
I
going
think
to Nantucket.
Brady has made a deal with the bride just now.
I wouldn't be
And
surprised.
she said, "You have got to stop ignoring the kids. You cannot go away for 9 straight months of football.
Yeah,
And he said, "Okay, fair enough."
could be.
And if that's the case, I'm sure he's talked to Belichick and
Yeah.
Bob Kraft about it. And they've said, "Okay, been there, done
Yeah,
that.
I'm sure
know
of
what
that
you're
too.
talking about."
So, all that said, would Belichick want him there? Yeah, but we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. How about now? Was Rob Gronkowski ever offered around the league?
I think they would listen, but they listen to everything, right?
Yeah, but did they ever go out and say, "Guess what? Gronk is on the, he can be had."
I don't know.
I don't think so. That's not their style.
No.
I think people called and said, we're a tight end away from being a Super Bowl team. What would it cost us to get Gronk? Knowing he's been injured, knowing he's closing in on 30 years of age. Would a team give you a number one draft choice for him?
I think not.
Really?
Yeah.
For the best tight end in football. And you're that far away from deluding yourself into thinking you got a Super Bowl
So
chance.
let's talk about who that is. Is
Yeah.
that the Rams? And would they do it to take the shot? Maybe.
Maybe. They got money, and they've got a very aggressive front office.
Yeah. So the Rams, maybe he'd be a fit there.
Yeah.
New Orleans? Yeah, with Drew Brees. Atlanta, perhaps. People talk about the 49ers, but I don't really see it.
You know, that's the folks that have done that are doing that.
Right.
Are the folks that read Charles Dickens's Great Expectations every night.
But, you know, as far as the first round pick, if you're a team and you realistically expect your pick to be in the later half of the 20s, 26 up somewhere.
Good point.
That's one thing.
That's
if you're
right.
the Buffalo Bills, and if your plan doesn't work, you're giving away a top 10 pick, that's another thing.
That's enough. And not only that, but you're whistling by the graveyard if you think you're going to the Super Bowl.
Right.
The Gronk
Right.
is going to make the difference.
Right.
But Green Bay Packers?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
I don't know. I think if I were the Packers, they got some other problems too, but I think I'd mail them a 1 and a 4
Yeah.
for Gronk, because I don't think that they'd move Gronk for a 1. I think it'd have to be a 1, and he loves the 3s
1 and a 4,
and 4s.
coincidentally, what they should have got for Garoppolo. Right?
Of course.
A 1 and a 4.
Well, you know something. That was, if the Patriots had that to do over again. I mean, that was a dumb move.
Yeah.
And Belichick doesn't do that.
A second round pick? What'd they get?
Yeah,
A
number
second round
2.
pick. Yeah. Second round pick, the 9th pick in the second round.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which they traded, I think.
I think they did. Yeah, they traded it down to get a couple
As
of
predicted.
others. Yeah. I don't. Frank Ramsey, rest in peace.
Yeah.
Now we're going back to my
early
youth.
Celtics.
My youth.
Yeah. That was early on.
Frank Ramsey and my brother and I used to go in. We used to love the Sunday afternoon doubleheaders into Boston
Yeah,
Garden.
I remember those.
And Frank Ramsey was one of them. Bob Cousy, Bill Sharman, and Easy Ed McCauley, and that was basketball back in those days. And how the hell do you go wrong for $2? You get a
Yeah, you can just walk up and buy a ticket.
Yeah, and not only that, but you buy the cheapest seat in the house.
Yeah.
and go downstairs
move
and
down.
sit wherever you want.
Yeah, yeah.
But Frank Ramsey was a special player in my mind.
He was.
He was only 6'3".
The Kentucky Colonel, right?
The Kentucky Colonel. Only 6. Oh, well, of course, Auerbach pulled the swindle of the century when he drafted Cliff Hagan and Frank Ramsey, and the third member of the Kentucky team, Lou Chiropoulos.
Lou Chiropoulos.
Yep. He got them all.
He got them all.
Yeah, because everyone thought they wouldn't be drafted till the following year, and Red understood that they had gone in a year early, and their graduating class was graduating while they still had a year of basketball eligibility left. So he said, in the way the contract, when the rules are, is when your graduating team goes, you are draft eligible. So he drafted the 3 of them. He's the only one that understood the rules, I guess.
Interesting.
What a swindler. No,
Yeah.
he's just sharp. No, he just outsmarted them all.
Yeah.
But
He knew what he was doing.
the Bruins, well, they're celebrating. They've signed Martin Bekos, age 28, a Czechoslovakian center right wing who's been undrafted for 10 years.
Really?
And
I must have missed that one.
well, it's a big deal. I mean, he has a highlight film of him scoring on a penalty shot. Other than that, I don't think he's done anything. But he scored 14 goals last year for one of the Czech teams. So,
Fill out the roster in Providence.
yeah, he's got $700,000 in Boston, $100,000 in Providence. I think he'll be getting the $100K down there.
Yeah.
But he said, that's good. He said, I will go down there and I will prove to them I belong in Boston. Well, that's what else is he going to say? They lost Ilya Kovalchuk.
Yeah, I'm okay with
which
that.
I'm thrilled.
Yeah,
3 years,
yeah.
6.5 a year or 5.5 a year?
I think it was more. I thought it was,
perhaps.
approaching 7.
Okay. Yeah, 3 years, and he's 35 years old.
Yeah,
And he could never skate.
big risk.
Yeah, I mean, he's just a big cow out there.
Yeah.
Now, granted, big, strong guy. He can go in the corner, get the puck, and do some things for you. And he can stand in front of the net like James Van Riemsdyk,
Yeah.
that just got a big contract. Stand there, and he can bang in rebounds. But he's not going to bring any Stanley Cup to Boston.
No, I don't think so.
And
If they could have got him for 1 year at a reasonable price, I would have signed him. But
try to give him a shot.
yeah,
Yeah, go year to year.
yeah.
Now, Rick Nash is also taking time to cool his jets.
Yeah.
Has he still got lingering effects from that?
I don't know.
Now, he's a wealthy man. I mean, he got a big, huge contract. And I think he's the type of lad that probably salted away, got it invested. And so I don't think he has any money worries. So he enjoys playing, but does he enjoy putting his health on the...
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not bought into bringing Nash back until I exhaust a few more possibilities, right?
Quite a few more.
And Nash is okay with that. He's saying he's thinking about retiring. So
Yeah, exactly.
wants to take a month and
Well, when
think
they
about it.
when they lost out, how stupid are the Bruins management? They actually floated the idea out there in the hunt for Tavares.
yeah,
Tavares is from Toronto.
yeah,
He wants to play up there for the best coach in hockey. They are loaded with young players. I mean, they've got to be the early champion choice for the Stanley Cup.
they got some issues though, right?
Yes,
we
they do.
saw them. Their
Yes, we do.
defense, their
That's right.
defense
Yeah.
could use a little bolstering.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure about their goalie. Is he really a deep playoff goalie? I don't know.
I don't know either.
Now they're up front. They throw Tavares in with what they have.
Gangbusters. And Van Riemsdyk, yes, he
Yeah.
scored 30-something goals.
Yeah.
But he's a big. I stand 6 feet outside the crease, and
Yeah.
I bat at everything that goes in, you know?
He did have a good year.
He had a wonderful year.
Yeah.
His walk year. Couldn't have planned it any better.
Yeah. So,
But I think they're a couple of pieces away, like you. But, boys, they get the offense that can
Yeah.
overcome a goalie that may not be the best goalie in the league. But as you said, we'll see.
we'll see.
Yeah, time will tell.
So I don't know what the story is on the free agent defenseman that we signed. It sounds like he's like a fourth, fifth defenseman type.
Boy, oh boy.
I forget his name.
Oh, I've got it. Not Nick Holden. They let him walk.
Right.
John Moore.
John Moore.
5 years, 2.75 a year. Now, they let Holden walk, and he picked up 2 years, $2.2 million a year from Las Vegas.
Huh, he went to Vegas, huh?
Is Moore a better hockey player than Holden?
I don't know. We've
You
seen
know what?
the
The
limited
Bruins,
amount of Holden.
the Bruins think they are because they had Holden, and they could have signed him for that.
Yeah.
So apparently they think Moore, 6'2", 210,
Yeah. Good size.
left-handed shot.
Yeah.
But 5 years to this guy nobody knows anything
Yeah.
about?
It's not big money, but how
Now-
old is he? Still pretty young.
He's 27, 28.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it's not as though we're...
it's Adam McQuaid money.
That's right. Now, okay, so we bring John Moore in. Now, he's 5 years, 2.75. He's going to play.
Yeah, in the top 6. Yeah.
So we have on the left-hand shots now, we have Chara, Grzelcyk, Krug, and Moore. That's one more than you need.
Yeah.
So over on the right-hand side, we have Charlie McAvoy, we have Kevin Miller, Brandon Carlo, and Adam McQuaid. That's 8 defensemen. We only got 6 slots. What do we do here?
Yeah. Well, so people aren't going to play.
I think yeah, but I don't think they're going to put players like that up in the press box. I think they're going to.
They could.
I think Kevin Miller is tough. Allegedly, at this point, maybe the best fighter in the league.
Right.
Disappearing art, but be a tough guy to get rid of.
Well, you know, he had a really good. He took a big step last year, Miller. He was so much better.
Surprisingly,
his skating has improved tremendously.
He worked with a skating instructor.
Right.
Yeah.
So you know, you talk about a team like Toronto, right? Kevin Miller could help them.
Adam McQuaid could help them.
Adam
too.
McQuaid could help them.
Adam McQuaid is the other half of the Bang brothers.
Right.
He's a good fighter too. Now,
Right.
granted, that's a disappearing art, but that
totally.
is what
Not
those
being
two
tough.
guys have got, toughness.
Yeah.
So I think either one of them would be quite attractive to move. Now, do you move Krug also?
Well,
He's got a big contract.
Yeah, you've got him signed.
Yeah, this year and next year.
I mean, he is a big part of the power play success they had last year. He was really good.
He's got
on
that
power
quick
play.
release.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he seems to make the right pass.
Yeah.
You know,
What they're looking
he's good
at
at controlling the puck, bouncing back out to the point.
Exactly. And he's good in his own end in this respect.
Yeah.
He can move the puck out.
He can.
Well, he can't go get it in the corner, but he can move it out when he gets it.
He can't clear the front of the net either.
You're right. Oh, yeah. That's right.
I mean,
Yeah.
not even
So,
close.
so 5.35, I think, is what he's getting.
Yeah.
Grzelcyk is getting 1.2.
Right.
So, there's not too much doubt about who the Bruins would prefer to keep here. I don't
Yeah,
think.
so the question is, is Grzelcyk really Torrey Krug 2.0, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I think I think he is an extremely smart hockey player who makes the right move 95% of the time.
Yeah.
He's got a wonderful first pass coming out of the zone.
You talking Krug?
I'm talking about Grzelcyk. Yeah.
Grzelcyk, yeah.
And I think Grzelcyk plays the body better than Krug.
Yeah.
Now, with that said and done, Grzelcyk has trouble unloading the slap shot. Man, you got to get the puck. You get the puck coming back to you. Man, you got to unload
get it out, yeah.
And he doesn't. He tamps it down, and then he looks at his options, and they've talked to him about it.
That's
but
coachable.
It's coachable. That's right. Now, you've got Jacob Zobril, Urho Vakinainen, their number 1 draft choice this year, Jeremy Lazon, also in line
Right.
as defenseman.
But none available this year. None of them are going to help this year.
I
right?
don't think so unless it's Zobril. And he supposedly is knocking on the door. So I say to the Bruins, you've done a wonderful job.
Right.
You got some players coming in the public line. That's great. What the hell are you going to do with them?
Yeah.
We can't have a traffic jam here.
Right. A lot of forwards, too.
Yes, we do. Yeah, a couple that can really skate.
Right.
That'll be a bit of a revolution.
So could you really, do you really have a second line wing?
We do.
Or-
Jake DeBrusk, and there's
we got
no
one.
way in hell we're going to move him.
Right. So Krejci, DeBrusk, who's on the right wing, assuming Pasternak's on the top line. And Pasternak could drop to the second line, but then who do you got for the top line? So
You've got some
you got-
moving parts here.
So you got the kid from what's his name? Kid from BU.
Yeah.
Came at the end of the year.
Donato's kid.
Donato.
Yeah. And you've got Anders Bork. BJORK.
Yeah.
He was hurt a couple of times.
Yeah.
But he's still a prospect.
He is a prospect.
So you're going to have to work your way through that. But boy, I'll tell you, I would much rather see them go
So-
with Donato.
You need, but I think that it all screams to you need another veteran player, right, on the wing. And outside, and could it be Nash? You know, if Nash is thinking about retiring, if you say like 1 year,
He can play right wing.
1 year, $3 million with incentives, playing time incentives to get to 5, but that's it,
That's it, is right. Yeah.
right? And come and help us try to win a cup
Yep.
because we think we're pretty close.
Yep. We think we're knocking on the door.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you
had
know
fun in
what?
Boston last year. Do it one
Yeah.
more year.
I haven't
Now,
been. Yeah, go ahead.
that wouldn't be my first choice. I'd
No,
still
it
like to
wouldn't.
find that wing that's going to actually be here for 3 or 4 years
It's going to be.
through a trade. And maybe we're talking about some of these assets that we're talking about.
It's going to be a 23 or 24
You know?
year old out there that's
Right.
banged in 24 goals or something
mean,
like that. And
I would include either in a heartbeat Miller or McQuaid in a trade for
In a
somebody.
heartbeat,
for
Krejci.
a top 6 winger.
yeah, because
Right.
Krejci, if you were able to move him, boy,
Yeah, if you
oh
can
boy,
move
does that
Krejci, right,
free
opens
some
up a lot of
cash.
things. Yeah.
Yeah. And
But-
it's funny too because the press was talking about that during
Right.
the offseason. They've never talked about that before.
Supposedly somebody called about him.
Joe Thornton signed a $5 million contract.
Did he?
Yeah, out with San Jose,
Wow.
38 years old,
Wow.
1 year.
1 year, $5 million.
Supposing he was on the open market. Supposing San Jose said, "Look, Joe, your day has passed. Why don't, go find a job someplace else. We love you, but we got a couple of kids that we want to plug in."
He'd get 1 year.
Could
somebody.
you take him and put him in Boston?
Yeah.
I
You
would
could.
too. I would too.
You absolutely could.
Because power play.
Yeah.
Boy, he sets up
Yeah.
in the corners or behind the net, and he's a force. Well, how about this? I got 2 more names for you. I'll give you the Robert Williams. Should we get him an alarm clock from the show and send
No, I
it
don't
to
have
him?
to anymore. He's got a nanny. So they got him a nanny to watch out for him. So we'll see. You know, 27th pick, you take a shot. The kid has lottery talent. He's just apparently hasn't matured yet.
And he's got some physical problems.
He's got some
possible
physical problems.
And
So you
those
roll
don't
the dice
sound
at
too good to
27.
me either.
Well, you know, you roll the dice at 27. The
Yeah,
kid's
yeah.
20 years old or
Yeah.
whatever he is.
And you know the kid has got issues.
Yeah. Right.
Now,
so
is he just a dumb kid, or is he a kid with a chip on his shoulder?
I don't know, but I think if he's got some stuff like that, he's in a good organization for him.
You're absolutely right.
He'll get a chance.
Absolutely right.
I mean, he should just be Al Horford's shadow.
yeah.
Al Horford's
Mr.
in-
Horford, can I
Al
talk
Horford's
to you?
in the weight room, he should be in the weight room. If Al Horford's out shooting free throws, he should be out shooting free throws. You
Exactly.
know? And if Al Horford's spent home, he should be home.
Yep. Show me again how you box out, Al.
Yeah.
Yeah, work with me. And
Yeah.
that's the kind of stuff. Now, changing the subject, he said, if the Red Sox are going to pull a rabbit out of a hat,
Yeah.
boy, I'd love to see them get Zach Britton from Baltimore.
Well, I would too. I think he could be on their radar. I just don't know. I think Britain's going to be a popular
Number.
target for
I
a
think
number
so
of
too.
teams.
So
So I don't know if they've got what it takes in the farm
slowly
system.
running, rounding into form here. But I would look at him for possibly next year too.
Yeah.
Because I believe
too.
Kimbrel is going to walk.
I don't know if
He's gonna-
Kimbrel's going to walk, but I'd be fine with Britton and Kimbrel.
Yep. Oh yeah.
I mean,
yeah. Because
Britton was on. He was a lights out guy.
he had that forkball.
Yeah.
The split-fingered fastball that you just simply couldn't do anything with. And you know what he said? I was on an interview. He said, "I throw it at the middle of the plate." He said, "I know it's going to go someplace."
Yeah.
Now, when you got a ball that moves.
So I know he's back. He's got a couple saves. You know, I haven't seen him pitch. I don't know how hard he's throwing. I mean, he used to be a 98 guy.
Yes, he was. I think that probably is past.
Yeah.
But when you get a split
these guys
finger,
come back from these things.
Yeah. I'll have to see the Red Sox get him. Anybody on the Red Sox of this salary that you're interested in?
Oh man, that's probably another
Show?
discussion.
All right, we'll put it off over here.
Yeah.
How about this? Okay, now here's a couple of other names. Is Blake Snell the best pitcher in the American League outside of Chris Sale?
He very well might be.
Oh, man, has he
He's got good
stuff.
numbers. Yeah.
Boy, oh boy. Yaroslav Halak. The Bruins signed him as a backup goalie.
Yes.
He's played for the Canadians. and-
Yeah.
Do you know that they upgraded?
I think it is an
They
upgrade.
did? Yeah.
You know.
This Halleck is a good hockey player. Yeah, okay, he's 34. Goalies
fine.
don't
He's a
fall
backup
apart
goalie.
at 34. Yeah.
Yeah.
The NFL union grievance. Have the players lost their mind?
Yeah. They're overreacting.
There's, when
And by
you got
doing so, continuing the
this whole
turmoil.
debacle,
yeah.
if you got a goose that lays golden eggs, do you run over and shoot the goose?
Yeah.
I just don't believe that they're this stupid. But
Yeah.
they are.
Apparently.
I don't know. Boy, oh boy.
5, Bill.
Now, 5. Oh, good. Let's poke in here and see what we've got. Oh, yes, I see something coming. Oh, by the way, speaking of stupidity, is Jameis Winston one of the stupidest players in the league?
Well, that's saying something.
But what happened here? Now, Brady gets suspended for 4 games
Yeah.
because the balls might have been underinflated, but yet you cannot tie him to that indiscretion.
Right.
In fact, you don't even know what caused the underinflation of the balls. Jameis Winston attacked an Uber driver, a female Uber driver, and, well, we won't go into what he did to her, but nonetheless, it was serious.
Yeah.
He gets a 3-game suspension.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what the reasoning is there.
That just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay. I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
Who players, National Hockey League players, 5'9" or smaller,
Wow.
who has the most points for any National Hockey League player, lifetime points, that's 5'9" or shorter?
Oh my goodness. I don't know.
Marcel Dion.
I was thinking of guessing him actually. He popped into my head right at the end.
Who's
Marcel
who's
Dion.
number 2?
Who's number 2? Oh goodness.
Household name. Well, damn close to a household name.
Evan Cornway, no?
Well, no. Somehow or other, Cornway must have been 5'10". Stan Mikita.
Stan was only 5'9"?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. And
He's a good player.
then Theo Fleury, Joey Mullen,
Joey Mullen.
Pat Verbeek, Henri Richard, the Pocket Rocket,
The Pocket Rocket.
and Martin St. Louis.
Martin St. Louis. Yeah.
Well, here's an interesting statistic for you. The Vegas Golden Knights signed former Bruins defenseman Colin Miller to a 4-year contract.
Oh, they did?
Yes, they did. Would you care to... now, Colin's the younger of the two. Kevin and Colin. The Bruins let them take Colin in some sort of
Yes.
deal.
Expansion draft. Yeah.
25 years old.
Yeah.
What do you suppose he nailed down for 4 years?
4 years. $18 million.
Well, you know, you're just a little bit light. 3.87 mil a year, which is just short of 16.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
So $4
And
million
I had
year.
a career high 41 points, 10 goals, 31 assists.
He played pretty well for them.
He did. Kovalchuk chose the LA Kings, 3 years, 6.25 million.
Yeah, 6.25, that 3 years.
And let me tell you something. That was the happiest moment of
Yeah,
the news on hockey. I get one bit of bad news for you.
okay.
Edwards staying put in the Nesson booth as voice of the Bruins
Oh, is he really?
for 4 more years.
4 more
4 more
years?
years. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm not happy about that.
No.
His screaming style is,
Wow. I miss Doc Emmerich already from the playoffs. He's the best,
man.
isn't he?
he's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good, but there was, yeah, you're right. Yeah, he's good. I keep thinking about Frank Cusick.
Yeah. Oh, of course. We are actually getting rid of Rene Rencourt, right? Isn't he?
Yeah,
done?
he finally bailed out. You know what? We cleaned up hockey.
That's
So we can next time go right into baseball.
okay.
And you know what?
We'll be approaching the trade deadline by then.
Yes, and we will. And we'll also be approaching the football camps.
Yes.
And we might even talk about basketball.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, because this is going to be a good Celtics team.
It's going to be a very good Celtics
Yeah.
team, actually.
I don't know whether they can win it all without the big man, but
Well, it doesn't help that Golden State got Cousins, but it's like, give me a break.
he was available.
Yeah, well, supposedly the Celtics were the other team talking to him.
Yeah. Do you know when somebody's available, like dealing with a used car or something? Man, I want to be the guy to buy it.
Yeah, 1 year, 5.3 though. I mean, it's like, holy mackerel. Yeah, he wants to prove he's healthy, right? And
Yeah.
win a championship while he's at it, so they can't say he's never won a ring.
Yeah.
He wants that ring.
That's right. And, okay, one more thing and we're done.
All right.
The newspaper reporters out in San Diego are not happy with Don Orsillo.
Oh,
as
really?
The play-by-play guy. Yeah, he gets involved and gets laughing and starts talking about things that aren't baseball related.
Oh my God, that team stinks. What else are we supposed to talk about?
The fans, they had a poll. 84% approve of Don Orsillo.
84%. What a good number for
84%.
Don. Good for him.
And he'll be able to demand a higher paycheck.
Yeah.
Hey, we got a lot of baseball stuff, though.
Okay,
A
good.
lot of baseball stuff. to
Next
get
time.
at. Yep. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it was a pleasure having you into our living room, such as it is
Yes.
here. And we look forward to seeing you in a couple more weeks.
Right.
All right. Happy summer.